What's good, y'all? I hope everybody had a happy holiday. I'm a little under the weather, so that's why my voice is like that. If you watch Locked On Wizards, somebody was joking saying that I sound like what's his name, Billy Armstrong, the old singer. I can't remember his name, but I just have a real raspy voice right now. But let's get to the point of the video. So I do want to show you guys some stuff that I got for Christmas. Shout out to my aunt. She got me this for Christmas. This is a long sleeve Nike Washington Commanders long sleeve shirt. I love these. My favorite color is black, and I like the logo a lot. I do. I like the logo a lot. It's cold outside, so I appreciate her for that. And she got me this too, the burgundy one. This is a regular short sleeve one. This one's tough too. This is Nike. This is Fanatics right here. So I like these a lot. So I'm definitely gonna be wearing these in my videos for sure, 100%. Carson Wentz is the starter. Not a surprise at all. Look, I knew Ron wanted to do this, and I know Taylor slammed his helmet down while Schweitzer was pissed off when Heineke got benched. So, I don't know where the players side on this, whether they wanted it to happen or not, but it was just something that I just knew was going to happen. I know Ron wants to see what he traded for and what he paid for, and $28 million in Carson Wentz for the last two games of the season. But look, it's do or die. It's do or die time for Carson. This could make or break his career. If he loses this game on Sunday and then loses to the Cowboys next Sunday, he could be a backup quarterback for the rest of his career. Now, if he wins these two games and he looks good, he looks like the reason why we won these games, then maybe he could be the quarterback next year with a discounted prices. I do not want to pay him $28 million again next year because we gotta get this offensive line better. This offensive line is not good. Now, look, there's pros and cons to it. If it were me, I know a lot of people want to start Carson. I was leaning towards Heineke. Heineke, he was okay against San Fran. Look, the offensive line is not good. It's just not. And I'm concerned with Myles Garrett on Sunday. I'm concerned with Myles Garrett on Sunday. I'm going to keep this video short, guys. I'm sorry about that. But I'm concerned with Myles Garrett on Sunday. I really am against Charles Leno. Carson has pros and cons. Can he throw the ball farther down the field? Yes, he can. He didn't really have a connection with Terry McLaurin, to be honest with you, either. I thought Taylor and Terry's connection was better. Now, look, the throw against the Giants where Curtis Samuel was open on the sideline, I think Carson does throw it a little bit further down the field and catches him in stride. I think that's a touchdown to Curtis Samuel. Now, there's a lot of plays where I can look at Carson, and he got sacked 9 times against the Eagles. That's really concerning. He got sacked a bunch of times against the Lions. That's very concerning. The mobility is a concern. He just can't move, and he's like a statue back there. He really is, and that's what really concerns me on Sunday. Now, look, if they want to win this game, it's going to have to be a big Brian Robinson game. The Browns are ranked, 29th in rushing yards allowed. They're ranked like dead last or bottom 5 in rush yards per carry allowed. So this is going to be a big game, for Brian Robinson. And giving these carries, John Williams, these carries, they got to run the football. It's got to be 80% run, 20% pass, in my opinion, to win this game. You look what the Saints did last week to the Browns. Alvin Kamara had a solid game. Taysom Hill had a solid game. But looking at the quarterback situation too, I think Taylor Heineke, we would not be in this position if it was not for Taylor Heineke. Say what you want about Taylor, but the mobility, the moxie, the intangibles, the stuff that he did made this team better. It galvanized the team. I know it sounds corny. It sounds like a Disney movie, but he did what he did. He went 6-1-1 at one point. Excuse me. Beat the Packers. Beat the Colts. That pass to Terry over Stephon Gilmore. Say what you want. But he's a YOLO guy, and that's what I need to see from Carson, to give Terry McLaurin an opportunity to get the football. What are the games that we won? The Eagles game. Taylor Heineke had a good game that game. That was a big game from him. The 4th and 4 against the Giants to even put us in a position to tie the game. That was a big play by Taylor. So I appreciate Taylor, what he did for this team. We would not be in a playoff race if it was not for Taylor Heineke. Say what you want about him. Yes, some of the games they didn't win in spite of him, but his mobility, his moxie put us in a position, to win some of these games. A lot of those games that we won. But Carson, he has a stronger arm. I get that, but there's some cons with Carson for sure. There's some cons. So look, man, Ron Rivera is a big decision on him. I do think we have a strong chance. Either quarterback has a big chance to win this game because we should be able to run the football on the Browns. But Deshaun Watson, he hasn't played well, but he concerns me a little bit. Last thing I'll say too, man, Carson, Gotta get the ball to Terry McLaurin. This, like I said, the Jaguars game last year where he lost, this could be a similar situation where he could change the narrative about him. And if he can step up at home and beat the Browns and to beat the Cowboys, who might be resting their starters, coming in and doing what they're supposed to do. Now, look, you look at last year, they had Jonathan Taylor. Brian Robinson's playing really good football. Not comparing him to Jonathan Taylor, but Brian Robinson's playing good football. We just got to run the football, man. Either quarterback, whoever started last week against the Niners, I don't think either one of the quarterbacks would have beat the Niners, to be honest, last week with the coaching staff and the offensive line. Now, the offensive line is not playing good, but the run game is stronger. And a lot of it's on Scott Turner, too. How is he going to help Carson out, man? I don't want to see any read options. Now, Carson, he can block well. That was a good block that he did in the Bears game, but he looked bad in that Bears game. That's why I'm not really hyped to start Carson. I'm just not. He looked bad in that Bears game. He looked bad in that Cowboys game where we got blown out 25-10. Carson, I mean, he is what he is. He is what he is. He's just not. He's not. I just don't have. I don't have a big faith in Carson. I just don't. I don't. And I'm not a Carson hater. But I know everybody's. Oh, we need to throw the ball more. We don't. We need to run the ball more. And yes, Heineke has left some yards on the field. He's throwing some interceptions. There's a lot of drop interceptions too. So either guy, they're really not much better than the other. They're just not, from my opinion, they're just not better from the other. They're really not. I apologize for the congestion in this video, me being sick, but I just had to get this off my chest. No pun intended. But look, I'm rooting for Carson on Sunday. I think he will. Jahan Dotson is his primary target. That's who he likes the most. He likes Jahan Dotson the most out of all the receivers. And he likes Curtis Samuel a lot. He zeroes in on Curtis Samuel a lot. He threw that touchdown to Curtis Samuel against the Niners. I wasn't surprised because he likes Curtis a lot. Him and Terry, they got to get on the same page. But this game, we got to run the football heavy. Got to make it easier on whoever the quarterback is. Carson's going to be the quarterback. But this is a big game. Both games are big games. And, Ron's going with this decision. So we'll see, man. We'll see how the players respond. Let's see how Carson responds. He's got to get the ball out quick. I don't want to see 7-step drop backs that we were doing against Philly when he got sacked 9 times. I don't want to see that. The Lions, too. He was getting sacked a bunch of times. Some of it was on him, but some of it is he holds onto the ball way too long and he can't move. So I'm a little concerned. I am. I'm concerned. But I think if we can run the football, we can win this game. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about the quarterback position. So, like I said, I probably would have kept Heineke in there. I know a lot of people disagree with me. Some people do. But the mobility concerns me. Scott Turner tried to run a read option with Carson against the Bears. That just looked awful. His ankles, he hurt his ankles last year with the Colts. He can just barely move. He just barely move. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm rooting for Carson. I am. I'm Carson's #1 fan on Sunday. I really am. I'm rooting for the guy. All right, guys. Health Commanders. Peace.